I don't know what it is. Working. Oh, well. We should have enough time. There we go. Let's put up the email there. Put that up in the corner. Start Q&A. What's up, Hitler? How you doing, buddy? How you doing, man? What's up, Sharky? Welcome in. What the? Yeah, I know, man. Sorry it's so late, dude. Oh, I remember you, brother. I definitely remember you. But yeah, sorry it's so late, guys. I was trying to wait for my phone to charge at least to 50%, but then I remembered I have a portable battery pack and I felt like a ding dong. I was like, I got all I need. Go lay down there, Starlight. Go lay down, baby. Starlight, baby. That's my new dog. Come here, pretty girl. I just adopted her recently. She's a stray. She just kind of wandered on here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. This is Starlight. This is my old girl. She just kind of wandered on to my dad's house, and I've been taking care of her ever since. She's a sweet little dog, but she's been real badly malnourished, so I'm having to give her some good weight and everything. What's up? He is built different. He is built different. I got you there. Oh, man, really? I'm going to have to deal with that, man. I've been having some problems with my moderators. I'm probably going to have to go through and clear them all out. You know, clear out every moderator I got and just start over again. You know, that's probably what I'm going to have to do. But yeah, what's up, Prime? What's up, Sharky? Go find somewhere to lay down, my precious girl. But yeah, so we're going to spend the night tonight in the RV. It's not a bad night at all. It's actually nice and cool. You know, so shouldn't be too bad sleeping in the RV. But I've dealt with no power a lot in my life. So this is no exception. Hey, come on, he's built different. You could be a nicer guy than that, man. We try to have a nice atmosphere here. What's up, I? How you doing? Just trying to understand the name. But yeah, I've dealt with no power quite often in my life. Like I said, I've been on my own since I was 16, so this is no exception. You know, it's just another bump in the road. At my mom's house, I was at my grandma's. Oh, I got you, Prime. But yeah, he's built different. Let's be a little nicer, shall we? All right. Actually, yeah, that should be fine. Right there. Trying to find these camera angles sometimes, man. You know, it's a little difficult. Well, let's see what's a good color. All right, I think I got it. Right there. That's a good color. Not sure what you mean, Anima. Get it ready to the channel. Oh, okay. I'm doing fairly well, man. So what did I eat? I ate pulled pork tonight. I got you, Sharky. But yeah, we've been doing all right there, Hitler, man. I'm sorry that somebody deleted you, dude. We'll get you back in if you will take and drop your pin your channel down there, or drop your channel down. I'll pin it down, and we'll make sure that we get everything taken care of and get you off the can't watch list, okay? Because I don't know, but somebody's been banning some of my better people, and I'm kind of getting tired of that. Yeah, everybody kind of wonders about the name there, Hitler. I mean, come on, who names themselves Hitler? So yeah, everybody kind of wonders about the name. Even I wonder about the name, brother. You know, I just don't say anything. So yeah, welcome into the show, everybody. If you're new here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Come on in, join the family. We just like to sit here and chit chat from time to time. But here in a minute, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to get started on tonight's topic, which is speaking out of anger, guys. I experienced this today. I goofed. You know, me and my dad got in an argument. Like I said, it's the reason why adults shouldn't live with their parents. They get in fights. And, you know, if I wouldn't hit dire straits, I wouldn't have moved in with my dad. But anyway, so yeah, when you speak out of anger, guys, sometimes, what's up, CSGOs? Yeah, I know. Where's he been? But anyway, when you speak out of anger, guys, you tend to sometimes say things that you wouldn't normally say. And when you do that, you accidentally end up causing a bigger problem. And what I mean by that is the problem could have been easily solved with adult conversation. But instead, somebody blew up and somebody spoke out of anger, which today was me. Wasn't my dad, wasn't anybody else. I have got a freaking eyebrow that's driving me nuts. But anyway, it wasn't my dad this time. It wasn't anybody else in my family. It was me this time. I blew up. And I feel bad about it because I said some things I shouldn't have. And now I can't take them back. So what do you do about this kind of a situation? Well, I'll get to that later. But for now, what we just for tonight there, CS Ghost. What's up, Gamer 8? What's up there, Prime? What you got for me? Yesterday was fun. That's awesome, Sharky. But anyway, guys, let me go ahead and jump back onto this topic. So, yeah, man, when you speak out of anger, most of the time you're looking to hurt who you're talking to. You're not actually looking to talk. You're looking to end the conversation. You're looking to put an abrupt stop, a halt to this whole thing that's going on. And when you do that, guys, you tend to say things that would be hurtful, that would be scornful, that are rather negative, or just all in all not good things to say to anybody. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's kind of like what they say about assuming. It makes an ass out of me and you. You know, because it makes you feel like an ass because I said something out of anger to you. And it makes, you know, me feel like an ass for saying it. You know, and it's a vicious cycle. But it actually happens quite often. People say things out of anger more times than they tell the truth. You know, and sometimes that anger is taken as truth when the actual truth is far from it. You know, what it really honestly means is simply that you're angry. You know, there's something that's got you mad. And you're taking it out in the wrong direction. Huh. Why, there's a critter in my backyard. All right. Probably a coon or something. But anyway. Yeah, I know, right? When I'm confused, I always ask out of courtesy. No, I get you. Thank you, Caleboo. Welcome in. Hey, Cash Money. Thank you for liking the hat. Not trying to sound rude, but I do sound like that sometimes. No, I get you, Sharky. Sometimes honesty can be confused as being rude. What's up, Amethyst? Welcome in. But anyhow, so when you say these things out of being rude, and just out of being mean, to try to hurt the other person because you're angry at them, guys, you cause a lot more damage than you think you do. And I just caused a lot of damage between me and my dad. I did that. That was my fault. And I'm going to have to repair that. That's going to be a long, hard road, guys. It's going to be a long, hard road because my dad holds a grudge. When he gets mad, he's mad, and it takes forever to get him off of the subject. So this is going to be an interesting situation. But it's going to be one that's going to teach me something. So I'm going to pay attention to it and I'm going to really delve into it. But next time when I come on camera, I'm going to be here, not tomorrow, but Monday. And when I pop up on camera, I'm going to show you guys a chunk of green amethyst. I mean, not amethyst, a chunk of green obsidian that I managed to get my hands on. And I'm going to take it to a jeweler and have him carve a new Green Lantern ring out of it. So that's going to be freaking awesome. Oh, whatever there, AB. Can we try to keep the conversation to PG, if you don't mind? But yeah, I'm going to have him carve a ring out of green obsidian, so that's going to be freaking awesome. And I've got a blue piece of obsidian that I'm going to have him carve a blue lantern ring out of. So that's going to be cool too. Yeah, AB, no problem, man. It's just we try to keep it PG in here because we do have some viewers that have permission to be in here that are younger. So we try to keep it PG-13 to PG. If it slips out, it slips out. But, that's all good. Welcome into the show, and thank you so much for being here, AB. You seem pretty cool. Let's chill. All right. For some reason, the saying, all I want for Christmas was food stuck in my... I got you, man. I got you. Swear my mom lets me. I got you, Prime. It's true, though, LOL. I got you, Sharky. But no, yeah, guys. In fact, that's what the email is for. If you're a parent and you're watching this show and your kid has watched me before and showed me to you guys, then go on ahead and please email me here giving permission. Hold on just 1 second. I have a phone call. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had a quick phone call from my friend Jason, but he didn't answer the phone, so I think he butt dialed me. No, it is not an upside down cross. It is a Mjolnir. It's a Thor's hammer, buddy. I'm Norse pagan by faith. I'm what's known as an Asatru, man. That's why I also have a Thor's hammer on my finger. So, yeah, man, I don't do the upside down cross thing, but it's been confused for that many a times. But I have been confused quite a few times for being a Satanist, but I am not. But let's get back to the conversation about, speaking out of anger. And how do you get out of it? Well, the first step, of course, apology. You always got to make sure that you make a good, sincere apology. Sorry, I had to think for a second. But you got to make sure that your apology is from the heart, guys. That you really honestly mean that you're sorry for what you said. Now your actions need to dictate afterwards that you're sorry for what you said too. You need to find ways to be nice to the person. It's all good. Oh, you're Catholic. I got you, man. Sorry. Anyway, but so yeah, guys, it's going to take a long time for me to build back any kind of trust between me and my dad because of what I said. And that's a terrible thing because I was being a little bit of an ass, and that was my fault. But I'm going to try to get past this, and we're going to try to continue on with our typical relationship as father and son. You know, can't hate each other for forever. You know, hopefully not anyway. But as it rolls along, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. You know, we have many roads we could go down with it. Fortunately, none of them are beyond repair. So nothing's been done that can't be undone. But it's still the simple fact that I spoke out of anger, and I put myself in a bind, a hard bind. Oh, yeah, I got you. Why are you feeling like quitting your YouTube, Prime? Well, my RV needs some work on it, Bubba. I need a new floor. I need to run my sewage, and I need to run some water up in here. Once I get that done, then yeah, I can move into my RV as long as I can pay the water and the the water bill, because I can live without electricity for a while. But it's just getting the floor repaired and stuff like that. I've got one bad spot on the floor because a couple of my windows got old and the seal on them got old and decided to leak. But I fixed it up with some silicone. Yeah. But I just need to be able to afford plywood, which if anybody here's ever tried to buy any kind of lumber recently, that stuff is expensive. All right. I mean, it's expensive, it's not cheap. But we're going to try to work on getting ourselves a nice, good piece of plywood, nice, good treated piece of plywood. We're going to drop it down in here. We're going to make sure we got a nice, good, hard, secured floor. And that's going to be where our dining area is going to be at. Because I am going to be ending up with a roommate. It's going to be me, my 2 dogs, and a roommate here in this RV. And it's because, I have to be monitored 24/7. I can't be left alone because of my schizophrenia and my epilepsy. If I have an attack on either one of those when I'm by myself, I need somebody around to monitor me for various reasons. I got you, Sharky. There might be a thing I have to do to say how I feel to someone who needs to be set straight to understand where I come from. I got you, Sharky, man. That sounds like some very personal stuff, dude. Hopefully you can get that taken care of, man. But anyway, guys, so as the story goes along, now that I've got my windows good and sealed up, we're going to get the floor nice and taken care of. And once that's done, then yeah, I can move back into my RV. But I've just got to run sewer and water. And then I am okay with living in it with just sewer and water for the moment. Plus I've already got a couple of tanks that I'll fill up and hook up to my RV so I can cook. And bada bing, bada boom. I've got home, man. Because I'm going to save up money and I'm going to get me 2 of those big time, heavy duty solar powered generators. And that's what I'm going to use to power my RV until I can get it actually up and running. That way we can actually take and have a nice, good, lights, AC. But I'm going to have my dad's help for that. And I may have screwed that up, and that's part of speaking out of anger, man. When you do speak out of anger or you speak without thinking or you don't put others' feelings before your own thoughts, you end up putting yourself in a bind, a pretty good bind, I might add. Not a oh ha 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 my bad brother. No, it's a hey look man, I fucked up, and pardon the language, but it's gonna be one of them, but it's gonna be like, hey look man, I screwed up, I screwed up bad. You know, and it's going to take me a minute to pay for this. But what's it going to take? You know. What's up, John? John Bybee. I have a question. Why do people fight over little things and then it hurts everyone? You know, I wonder that myself there, Prime. Me and my dad were arguing over the dumbest topic. And I lost my temper because my dad doesn't treat me the best. You know, and that's why I didn't want to move in with him back again. But I did. And it's because I just had nowhere else to go, guys. And it's better this than the streets of Ohio. You know, in the winter, yeah. So it was better this than that. And it's just taking some time to set up, you know, what's mine and to take good care of it. Because I want to remodel the entire inside of this RV. Make it mine. Oh, the difference between someone working for a company and ending their contract early or someone who has tenure. That was the argument. I know, stupid, right? Absolutely retarded. Yeah, really. Dumbest fight on the planet. But he threw some things in my face. I threw some things in his face, and the things I threw back in his face were mean. They were really, really mean. So I should have never said them. Yeah, really, really. That's all it was about. That's the whole shebang, brother. That's all it was about. We were arguing over nothing. And I blew up. And I may have lost a lot of my dad's respect because of it. And that's really hard to get back. But, you know, unfortunately, what I said was also truth. Which is why it hurts so bad. The truth often hurts the worst. But I knew it was truth that need not be said. Because he knew and he understood. I shouldn't have brought it up. But I did. Now I regret it. Yeah, the truth hurts, but the truth can also set you free. You know, if he would take and understand what I went to say to him, he would understand that his little boy ain't his little boy anymore. His little boy's a grown-ass man that he keeps trying to treat as a little boy. And that's just not how you do it. I will apologize to him, Prime. That's for sure. I'm going to apologize to him tomorrow, but I figured he needed tonight to cool off. So I decided to come out to the RV for tonight. Sitting here with my starlight. My starlight, star bright. First star I saw tonight. Yes, my pretty girl. He's my pretty old girl. Man, guys, when she first crawled up into my floor, because I have a hole in my bedroom floor at my dad's. I haven't been able to buy the plywood to fix that yet either. That's kind of recent. I didn't know it was going to happen. I went to step down on my floor and fell through it. But anyway, once we go to replace that, she won't have a way to get back in. But she crawls up into my room through that hole in my floor. And that was how I first found her. And no, that's not Shuck. That's Starlight. Shuck's a little different. Hang on a second, guys. See if I can tap into the Wi-Fi. See if I can tap into the Wi-Fi for a minute. What's up, Clark? What's up for you being back? Yeah, Shuck is my other dog. I have 2 dogs now. I adopted a dog. Yeah, my other dog's name is Shuck. So it's Shuck and Starlight. That's the 2 dogs I own now. One's white, one's black. Yeah, Shuck's a good boy. He really is. Shuck's a great dog. He's probably the best animal I've ever owned. Yep, Shuck and Starlight. That's it. Starlight Nova. Isn't that right, pretty old girl? Because you old and past your prime, so you done supernova'd out. My poor old girl. That's okay. We'll take good care of her for the last of her days. I wish, Prime. Just like that, we ended racism. Black and white. Oh, man. Oh, that was a good one there, Prime. That was a good one. So, how's everybody's daytime going? How's everybody's night going? And would you listen to that? Can you hear the crickets and the frogs? No, Shuck doesn't steal from me. He's a good dog. You're not being offensive at all, Prime. That was beautiful. That was great. Oh, man. Well, guys, we got about 4 more minutes left in the show, and then I got to end it. But I thank you all for being here for sure. And please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon. Come on back and visit us again sometime. Come join the little Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum that we got going on here. We're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers. Come help me reach my goal. I don't even care if you actually even watch the show. Just subscribe. Or at least drop me a like. But we have lost track of the original stories and ways the show was. We're going to be getting back to that. I just got to get out of my dad's, guys. It's got me so riled up, and it's got me feeling so bad because me and him clash heads so hard. And when we do, it's never pretty, and what's up, Jin Jin? How you doing, sweetie? Jin Jin in the house. But, guys, it's definitely different and it's definitely interesting. Yeah, it's always so nice to see the Jin Jin. It is the Jin Jin. Jin Jin. Guys, don't forget to go check out Jen Holder at @JenHolder976. Go check her out there on her own little YouTube page. She's got some great little content. I'm sure you'll find something you'll enjoy. What's up, subject? Hey, buddy. I'm going to stay on longer now. My friends are showing up. Because sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Been a bit. Yeah, it has, brother. How you doing, my Australian friend? It's been a minute since we seen you, brother. Hopefully you're doing good. We're sitting here in the RV for tonight. I take the old man off. Yeah, I've had a rough day, brother. I've had a rough day, man. It's been rather difficult, actually. I'm not even gonna lie. But it always does make me feel a little better talking to you guys. And now that I'm over here back in the RV, I can always actually talk for longer than what my dad is willing to listen to because he can hear me from across the room, guys, or from across the house. And he's like, I'm tired of hearing all that laughing all the damn time. And I'm like, really? Really? You're tired of your house being full of laughter? Okay, that's a new one on me. I want my house full of brooding assholes. No. I'm okay, man. It's just a fight. I'm sitting here with my new dog, Starlight. Subject. She came into my life here recently, literally through my floor. I closed my door. My dog started barking like crazy and then quit. And I heard another sound coming from the bedroom, a whimper. Well, I opened up the door and there's her. If I could show her, there she is, just laying there. She was just laying there in my room. Yeah, sorry. We're still in the process of cleaning out the RV and everything, guys. You know, that's all of our construction trash. Because it was worse than this when we first moved in, guys. Some of these cabinets, yes, they've got some water damage on them, but hey, they were what I could afford. Now you got a new family member. Yes, I do. Nice little, her name is Starlight. She's a good old dog. She's definitely old. She was malnourished when I found her. Man, guys, y'all could count her vertebrae. Y'all could count her vertebrae. Y'all could count her ribs. It was bad, dude. And now she's putting some weight on her, and she's looking a lot better. We gotta get her to a vet, you know, get her good and taken care of. You know, I would think that, but first off, Starlight's too old to bear puppies. And second off, she has the incision scar from being fixed. So she's been owned before. Somebody dumped her off, is what happened. Somebody decided she was too big of a dog to take care of, so they dumped her off somewhere. And it just so happens your boy found her, or she found your boy, and she stumbled into the right house. I think so, man, because she was pretty skittish when I first met her. You know, I've been working with her steadily for months, and today she just wouldn't take no for an answer. She had to follow me over to my friend Aaron's house whenever me and my dad got into a fight. She had to stay right in front of me and watch my every step and monitor everything I did and follow me all the way 1.5 miles to my friend's house, as old as she is. And, you know, that's the sign of a good dog. You know, and for somebody to have beaten and abused and dumped her off and not fed her, you know, and all that stuff. She's barely got any teeth, you know. Man, for them to treat her like that, it breaks my heart. So she's going to have a good home for the rest of her days here at the Gage house. She's going to have a good home. She's going to be nice and happy. You know, and she's our Starlight. Those are always funny to hear. Any thug breaker stories? Any thug breaker stories? Well, how about the one where I almost got shot? Like I had the gun in my face and the guy pulled the trigger, but it didn't go off. How about that one? All right. So I worked for a Circle K up in Akron, Ohio, middle of the hood. Well, I used to take and clean the Coke machines out on my shift. And when I say I clean them out, guys, I mean I turn the machine off, let the ice drain, you know, scrub the inside of the ice tank, scrubbed all the augers and everything like that that dumps your ice out and all that stuff, because guys, most people forget about those and they're nice and mildew filled. Trust me, you know, I've worked in plenty of places like that. They're nice and ew on the inside. So always make sure that you clean those kinds of places if you work there, you know. So I would shut down the machine, break it down, and totally clean it. That way people were getting nice fresh soda in the morning. You know what I mean? But it takes all night to do all that to that machine. Well, I wouldn't sell fountain drinks during that time. So that made a lot of people angry because that was the cheapest drinks we had, was fountain drinks. And no, I'm not in Russia. I'm in America. I'm in Southeast Texas, to be honest. But anyway, so I had a particularly rough night. A lot of people wanting soda pop and a lot of people getting turned down for it. And trust me when I say, boy, them people went nuts over them sodas. Them people went batty over them sodas. Like, what the crap? I even had a sign, no sodas available. Machine is being cleaned. You know, and they were just like, good Lord. Well, I'm on my way home. You know, rough day. Just early in the morning, heading home, got earphones in. When all of a sudden, this guy jumps out the bushes in front of me. I take the earphones out, and he all immediately has a gun to my head. And I freeze. Because what else am I going to do? I'm like, well, I'm about to die. Well, he says, this is for never having Polar Pops. Give me all you got. I said, man, I work at a convenience store. I ain't got nothing. Well, he lunged and pulled the trigger. However, he had the wrong clip in the gun. It was too short. So the bullet never reached the chamber. And so he never racked around. Well, that gave me an advantage. And this is when Thug Breaker finally got his actual name. Because I beat the crap out this dude. I caught him across the jaw the first time with the base of the staff. You know, right where the rubber piece is. I caught him across the arm with the mace head itself. And then I caught him again across the jaw, dropping him to the ground, and then eventually also breaking his collarbone. And took the clip out the gun, looked at him and said, you got the wrong clip, dumb, you know. And I threw him the gun. I threw the gun at him, hitting him in the head, and walked away. And that's when the cops started calling me Sir Pimp Stick, and started calling my Mace Cane Thug Breaker. You know, Jin, I understand that. Some people do, though. You know, I care. Some people would say that, but some people would say God saved me. I think Odin was with me, is what I honestly think. Yeah, I know, right? I feel a lot closer to my faith, you know, because it says that we're not destined to die until Odin says we're destined to die. Well, not really Odin, but until the fates say we're destined to die, the norms. So a situation like that where I was that close to death, and the guy pulls the trigger, you know, because death was standing behind me that night. But so was some kind of guardian, because that gun did not go off. And there was no bullet in it whenever I went to rack around myself, because to be honest, I was going to shoot him with his own gun. But I didn't. I walked away. I left him alive. The Mexican dude that got a hold of him after me, though, for pulling the same gun on his wife with no clip in it, wasn't so forgiving. He beat him with a pipe. But, you know, the guy turned out to be a heroin addict who was wanted for a quadruple homicide, two of the murders of which were a pregnant woman and her 3 month along newborn or unborn infant. And that was one of the double homicides that he was wanted for. And I didn't even know about that. You know, I didn't know about that until the cops called me and said, hey, we got the guy. And I was like, whoa, really? And he was like, yeah. And me and the cop had a conversation on the front porch because he wanted to take down my statement. Because I told him I didn't want to go all the way to the courthouse. You know, I didn't want people to know my face. You know, I just wanted them to know me by the nickname, which he got me. Thank you, BMC. What's up, man? Hey, BMC, I'm letting all of my moderators know I'm about to be going through and clearing out some people, because I've had a lot of complaints from people that they're getting timed out, or they're getting, you know, kicked out for no reason. And I'm just going through and probably just going to clear them all out and start all over again. You know, the only one that's probably going to be left over is going to be Jin. And it's because I know I can trust her. But I don't know who it is. So that's just one thing that is going to happen. When it's a case where I don't know who it is, I'm just going to eliminate the whole problem. You know, so it might end up being everybody but Jin. All right, guys. So that's a possibility of something to come. But let me go on ahead and let you guys go. I don't have much longer left on this battery pack. So let me let you guys go because I'm also running low on battery life. So let me let you guys go. Love y'all. Thank you so much. Remember, you're the lifeblood of YouTube, the very essence of what this whole channel is about. And I hope to see you all again here next time. If you're new to the show, please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget, go check out Jen's Butterflies at @JenHolder976. Don't forget to check out our buddy there, Subject 14. We got Prime Edits. You know, go check out everybody that you can, man. BMC, everybody. Go check them all out, everyone. And make sure that you have a wonderful night. See you from the swamp. Later from a gator. Love your mama. Love your papa. Love yourself. Be kind. And always find a way to help, guys. We'll catch you all here next time. And see you soon.